Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up, everybody? We got another best ball draft going down. Shout out to the crew. We got Pam in the house. What up? Crispy in the house. Said, what up, losers? But not you, Pam. Toker one. What up? We are about halfway through this draft, round 17. I'm going to read off. I'm going to read off probably like the first 10 rounds here. We're going to smoke a bowl with the crew. Shout out to Guap. What up, Guap? New Patreon member, new 420 crew member on Patreon. You the man, Guap. What up, bro? All right. And don't forget, if you need a way to watch UFC, the UFC 315 for way cheaper than what it normally costs, you know what? I almost forgot to put this on. Didn't have a necklace on. All right. Now I'm feeling good. And yeah, if you need a way to watch the UFC pay-per-view like way cheaper than what the pay-per-view costs, let me know. I'll get you the info so you guys could get down on it. I could probably get you a discount today as well. You got to sign up soon because as long as it's before the UFC pay-per-view, because that's about to be like right now, right? Doesn't it start here? Does it start at 7 tonight? What up, Jamie? What up, Brown? Jamie says, Surf Ninjas, I love this movie as a kid. It's legit probably my favorite 90s movie. Like, I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, classic Rob Schneider, Ernie Reyes Jr., and like anybody who's like an 80s baby who grew up in the 90s, like you grew up on some type of ninja movie, you know, whether it was Three Ninjas, whether it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, whether it was Surf Ninjas. And I mean, Ernie Reyes Jr., like shit, he was in multiple of them. I mean, we didn't even know, but he was, I think, Donatello in the actual turtle in the original one. And they liked him so much that they created the character for him in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, our man Kino. And then in the movie, it's Ernie Reyes Jr. and Sr. And it's so cool because like, Ernie Reyes Sr., like a lot of people might not know who he is, but he choreographed so many fights like in movies. And then this was the movie where him and his son got to both be the main actors in it. So super cool. Remember the Game Gear predicted what was about to happen? You know what's funny? It's like literally the movie Surf Ninjas was a marketing commercial for the game Surf Ninjas, you know, like I swear it was like that's what it seemed like. I mean, the whole freaking movie was about the game, or at least the game was all about, you know, what was going on in the movie. Let's see. I have no idea what time the UFC starts, but I'm pulling it up right now. I know we're in it's probably some prelims still right now. Sega actually helped promote Surf Ninjas, and they released Surf Ninjas game before the movie released. That's what I'm saying, bro. It was like the movie was just like marketing for the game. It totally was. I never played the game. I don't even remember. I don't even think I had a Game Gear. I know I had a Game Boy. I don't think I ever got the Sega Game Gear, though. I did get a Sega Dreamcast, though. You guys remember that on South Park? Sega Dreamcast. And I think that was the last thing that Sega did, right? All right. Let me go back to the beginning of the draft here. So this draft started off, I see a lot of QBs. The funniest part about Surf Ninjas is Rob Schneider, 30 years old, playing a teenager. Dude, I mean, you know, he got one of those young faces. I believed it. He was like a third-year senior. You know, he got held back once or twice, but he played the part right. And so first round, we got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jamar Chase, Mahomes, Jefferson, Gibbs, Burrow, Hurts, Bijan. Damn, dude, Barkley dropped to the 110. What the heck? And Jaden Daniels, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Second round, Marvin Harrison, CMC, Derrick Henry, CD Lamb, Puka, Neighbors, Genty, Stroud, Richardson. Damn, Zach, what are you doing taking Richardson in the second round, bro? Jonathan Taylor, Kyren, and Tyreek. Third round, Brees Hall, A-Chain, Bucky, A.J. Brown, Josh Jacobs, Dak Prescott, Brian Thomas, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Bo Nix, Bowers, and Kyler Murray. That's the third round. Fourth round here. Hey, what up, TJ? TJ in the house. Fourth round. Ken Walker, Travis Hunter, Baker Mayfield, Goff, Nico, Jordan Love, Waddle, Herbert, Garrett Wilson. Sorry if I'm coughing like crazy after that bowl. Chase Brown, Drake London, Alvin Kamara. Fifth round, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Purdy, Tua, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, Hampton, Stafford, DJ, I want to score more. T. Higgins, T. Law, and Geno Smith. Sixth round, I'm going to read the first 10 rounds, maybe first 11 rounds, because they're pretty much all the starters. Sixth round, Dave Montgomery, McBride, Ladd McConkey, Hubbard, Devonta Smith, Tet McMillan. Tet goes all over the place. He went like the 10th round, I feel like yesterday or 2 days ago, and then this round in the 6th. It really just depends on where someone values him. Russ Wilson, ETN, Pacheco, Fields, JSN, Rashee Rice. 7th round. Ooh, look at Judkins at the 7-1. Scary Terry McLaurin, Sam Darnold, Kelsey, Laporta, Pickens, Bryce Young, James Conner, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix, Travion Henderson, and Spencer Rattler is probably going to be the starter now that Carr retired. Did you guys hear that Carr announced his retirement? So that shoulder injury is very, very bad. It's so bad that it made him retire. Daniel Berry, what up? I wouldn't drop him. I already seen some people dropping him in redraft leagues. I would just hold, especially right now while we like we've seen guys like Brett Favre retire and then come back and then just play for a different team a year later. Like, I don't know if that's going to happen, but just keep that in the back of your mind. You don't want to be the guy to, because there was one guy, remember when Tom Brady retired, but it was like only for a week. There was someone who dropped Tom Brady and I swooped him and I spent all my fab on him. And then he ends up coming back. And then you know what happened for me? Championship. I don't think that's going to happen because of Carr, but oh, nice. Rattler, my fellow Gamecock. There you go. 8th round. Olave, Harvey, Ward, Swift, Evans, Javonte Williams, Pollard, DK Metcalf, Ayuk, Najee, Diggs, Addison. 9th round. Jameson Williams, Jalen Warren, Kittle, Pittman, Adunze, Xavier Worthy, Tyler Warren, Flowers, Chris Godwin, Bijan Robinson, Debo Samuel, Mark Andrews. 10th round. Tyler Judy, Zach Baum, Ingram, Tracy, Caleb Williams, Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp, Stevenson, Jennings, Sutton, Higgins. 11th round. This will be the last one that I read for now. Zaire Franklin, Jacoby Myers, Shakira, Rashad White, Ridley, Scatabo, TJ Hawkinson, Charbonnet, Trey Harris, Jalen Reed, and Zamir White. Oh, did I say? Yeah, I meant Brian Robinson in the 9th round. Yeah, that's me being like super, super high. Toyota One, what up? What up? What up, Zach? Who's better for fantasy this year, Debo Samuel or Cooper Kupp? I think Cooper Kupp. All right, yeah. So just got off work. Let the off days begin. Yeah, because yeah, this is like your Friday now, right? Like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I wonder if it is going to be Tyler Shaw or Rattler. It's probably going to be Rattler. But yeah, TJ, exactly. No Carr means Taysom Hill is still relevant. Exactly. Because I doubt Taysom is the quarterback the entire time. But I will tell you what, if like Tyler Shaw and Rattler aren't handling biz, why wouldn't they just throw Taysom Hill out there? This is going to be like a rebuilding, like non-playoff competing like type of year, you know? So yeah, of course they're going to want to see their guys, but you know, if those guys aren't handling biz, like Taysom's good enough as like, I mean, he's like Tim Tebow 2.0, right? He could, I don't even know if he can throw really that much more accurately, but he's smart with the ball. He can run. And look, we're talking about Taysom Hill, and then Brown just swoops him up right now because we're already fucking talking about him, and someone's about to swoop him. So 19th round, that's not too bad because like before Derek Carr retired today, Taysom Hill's going what in the mid 20s, 25, 26. I think he went yesterday. It's always around that. I bet you Taysom Hill's a guy who starts going in the teen rounds now just because of what, I mean, who knows what the fuck's going to happen. Brown said, sorry, what'd you say? I couldn't hear you. Yeah, sure. Hey, Jason, what up? Shout out to the Hawk fan. What up? And I think they knew it was going to happen, so that's why they took Shush so early. You think so? I don't think they took him early. I mean, he wasn't a second-round guy or anything. Someone say something about Hill. Damn, Isaac Guerrero in the 20th round. It's like if we don't have like 49er fans in there, it's like he'll fall. Like, because I mean, I've gotten him in the last couple in like the 16th or 17th rounds. I'm surprised the CMC owners aren't being a little bit more conscious about picking them. I mean, Brown has CMC in this one. Yeah, dude, Toyota won. It was this morning. Derek Carr announced his retirement. So that shoulder injury that he has, detrimental to his career. They took Shut the 208. I thought he was the third rounder. I guess that was me just not paying attention. Yeah, maybe. We already know. I mean, yeah, he'll be competing. I have CMC and kept waiting. I don't like drafting backups. I mean, I don't like it either, but I mean, we have 35 rounds for a reason. Like, we should be able to be smart, you know, with our top end assets and get the backups for them. You just never know what's going to happen. But yeah, exactly though. Try not to play it safe because if they don't get hurt, I mean, that's a waste of a spot, right? But yeah. All right, we're all the way in the 20th round now. And the UFC pay-per-view starts in like 50 minutes, 5-0. Watching the prelims right now. Yeah, Brown said, hey, Derek won it with CMC going down. I ain't no bitch. Yep, he had CMC going down. He had Dak go down, and he had Rashee Rice go down. So that just proves it right there. I mean, the guy who won it last year had three top 10 players get injured. So you have to draft well with your bench. Like that, the bench is very important. Guap said, I really have no plan after this round. I mean, when you start getting this late, like a lot of the plan in these rounds should be IDP, but it's also just like, what are you weaker on in your offense? Like, do you have less running backs, less wide receivers? Like, that should be what you're trying to get in these late rounds, because we're all talking dart throws for the most part. I mean, look at what kind of guys are getting drafted. Ray Davis, Leggett, Blue, Rashid Shaheed, Coker, Guarendo, Algier, Bigsby. I mean, those are all Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, all dart throws, and then you got more IDP than dart throws right now. Zach said, rank these middle round wide receivers from best to worst. Hunter, Addison, Adunze, Travis. Is there two Hunters in there, or just put in Hunter twice by mistake? Debo, Pearsall, Cup, Pickens, Jameson Williams, Reed, Jacoby Myers. It's probably a Dunze. It's probably a Dunze, Travis Hunter if it's offense only. Then Addison, then Jacoby Myers, then Cup, then Debo. Pearsall, Pickens, J-Mo, Reed. There you go. Rob, so you have to take the 49ers back up. I could probably be successful in the Shanahan system. Yeah, and I mean, outside of like that 1 year where CMC was like healthy the whole time, they're always using other types of I mean, they're using all types of running backs, and usually there's a whole bunch of injuries just because of how much they use the running backs. James says, start another draft today. I got Genty at the 101, Hampton at the 103, Levelin at the 111. Also have the 203 and about to grab whoever falls, like Dart, Golden, Higgins, or Harris. Nice. That's solid. I'm strong in tight ends. I don't normally draft tight ends early, but it hurt my running backs and wide receivers. Let's go see. I mean, shit, Bowers and McBride, and I mean McBride. I mean, that's good value at the 6.2. But yeah, I can see there definitely hurt your running backs because you got CMC and Henderson and Harvey. Even though they're top end rookies, it's still just 2 rookies in your starting lineup for now. And Guap, so you have Addison over Myers. Yeah. Like if I actually made like a full like rankings list, they're probably very, very close. And even though Addison's gonna miss some time, he's missing the beginning of the season. He's not missing the end of the season, you know. And so, and even like depending on where I rank people, I don't always draft people based on my rankings, you know, like that's just one thing. It kind of depends on how the team makeup is going, because even my own rankings, I don't live by them. Like there was still like, even though I have Travis Hunter as like the 101 in IDP leagues, I still took Hampton at the 102 in one league where I was like super, super desperate for running backs. Like my IDPs are straight and I got dope ones. And like, I really wanted Hunter, but it was like my running backs are so bad that I think I took, I think in this league I had 2 first rounders, and I think I might have got it's Hampton and Judkins, maybe Hampton and Henderson. It's one of those 2, but just hoping that one of them hits. All right. Let's see. Crispy said check the 16 super flex. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me. Someone said that they want to up their TV subscription to 2 devices next month. So I'm going and doing this in the background right now, so I won't forget, because I hate making notes about things to do in the future. And if I can just make things correct right now, it just makes my life easier than less things to do in the future. There we go, just like that. Okay, so let's see. And something just happened in the 16 also, right? Let's see. K2, what it do, bro? Let's see. What happened? Oh, what trade hasn't been? Oh, this trade. Didn't see the tag. All right. Yeah, I gotta remind these motherfuckers. Like, dude, I literally put my cell phone number in there so motherfuckers could text me when a trade happens. Like, come on. Utilize the phone number. And Brown said, how about the 27 single QB Josh Allen drafted? The 17, I'm assuming, at the 103. I mean, that's it is a dynasty league, like, no matter what. Like, if you have Josh Allen, that means no one else is getting him. There might not be that many people that deserve to be drafted in the first round, but he's probably one of them. Yeah, look at that. When was the next QB drafted? Jaden Daniels at the 2-4. Joe Burrow at the 2-12. Jackson at the 3-12. Hurts at the 4-2. Bo Nix at the 4-8. Purdy at the 5-2. Crazy. With everything going on in Nolans, sounds like they're making a lot of gumbo for show. Yeah, definitely. Why wouldn't they? You think they're going to make a move and get another QB? That's what I'm curious about. What do you think, Toker One? Look at the message that I just sent you, Guap. And I'm checking your message right now, Pam. Harris. Go Harris. And probably still get someone good. Let's talk about a trade for Pickett. I mean, I guess if they're going to go cheap. I don't think they'll sign a QB. They just wait until next year. They don't have the money to do it anyways. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a year where I mean, if there's ever a year where a team should just not be trying to win, that's something like that, right? Like shambles right now. Just everything in shambles. All right, let's check and see, make sure I didn't miss any other messages here. All right, Roshan. Pickett was back up in Philly last year, and more is familiar. Yeah. And I mean, Kenny Pickett was a first rounder. He's drafted higher than Shaw and Spencer Rattler in the NFL. I don't know if that makes him better because he's looked whatever. They need to wait and dig themselves out of the hole they're in. They could go get Cousins, but why would they? Give themselves the worst pick next year and blow more money. Yeah. Yeah. Just let the young guys handle biz. I mean, really what it is like, you know, you don't want to have such a bad team that people don't want to pay to come. Because, like, I mean, I don't know how much money they make on, like, you know, ticket sales and just everything, you know, that, like, one particular, you know, patron of a game would be compared to, like, you know, the TV rights stuff. Because I'm sure they probably make more on the TV rights than, like, anything. Maybe, I don't know. But it's important to fucking get close to, like, selling out the stadium. Like, they need, all these NFL teams, like, man, you can't have shitty attendance. You know, like, you ain't gonna make no money if you got shitty attendance. Costs more to run the production than you're actually making. You know. But yeah, it's gonna be ugly for the Saints this year. I mean, it was ugly for them last year at times. Let's see. We got a few people who just joined in the single QB. Let's go see who paid, because we're about to kick this thing off. All right. I think we need one more person to pay, and then we are filled. All right, we filled up a few leagues today. It was a good Saturday, man. Everyone, I think, was really hyped. Everyone's really hyped for draft season right now. This is the number, the number 17 single QB kicked off, and then this is the number 16 single QB. All right. Let's go let this dude know. All right. Toker Wednesday, I think it's going to be pretty ugly. What's everyone's thoughts on the sleeper RBs, specifically Giddens, Neal, and Gordon? For redraft, I'm not really hyped on them at all. I mean, I am kind of curious, like, on Giddens, like, you know, I mean, I know they got Herbert over there, but I don't know. I mean, they just got Herbert, so I mean, I'm sure they're not really too attached to him yet. But so I'm curious if he'll be in the mix, like how much he'll be in the mix, like with Herbert in the backup role. The Bayou just took Neal right now. I really don't like Alvin Kamara with everything that's going on. It's like when you have no QB, it makes it so much harder on the running backs, like knowing that you could just stack the box and just go one-on-one and probably don't even need two safeties over top most of the time. Kamara may start making business decisions for all we know. Woo. But yeah, Saints, man. Gonna be an ugly year for them. It's gonna be the Aints year, ain't it? I think all these guys are pretty injury dependent. If someone you stick in your taxi squad for sure. There's not too many, like, I don't even know like how many running backs outside of the top couple. Like once we get to Caleb, like after Caleb, I feel like everyone should just be in the taxi. Like, I mean, I know people don't think about Scatabo like that, but I mean, I do. I think Scatabo's a taxi squad guy right away. Like, unless your running backs suck. Like, I mean, if they suck, like maybe like you'll have Scatabo like somewhere in there. 1 second, guys. Okay. Browns, I think everyone after Harvey is Taxi. Well, but who are you? But where do you have Harvey? Do you have Harvey above Caleb or below Caleb? Because I mean, I guess I've kind of seen it go both ways for them. But yeah, either way, I mean, we're nitpicking on like Caleb, and that would be it. And it's just because I mean, who do they have besides Warren? You know, like it's going to be both of them, to a certain extent. Just hope they they are the next Bucky. Yeah, I mean, it takes the right situation to be where Bucky was. You know, just like Damian Pierce a couple years ago, it took like a super specific situation. You know, it's just you never know. You never really know how it's going to work out. And what up, St. Louis fan? What up? Said good evening, everyone. I have a question. Would you trade Breece Hall for a Drake London 14-teamer? I mean, you'd probably have to give me a little context behind your team, but in a vacuum, yeah, because I value Drake London a little higher than I value Breece right now. But you know, if like you're super running back needy and you're stacked on wide receiver, like I wouldn't do that. But you know, if you're well set off at running back to where Breece is maybe like one, you know, your third guy. Yeah, you have two guys who are maybe projected better than him, and then other guys who are kind of just like right below him. I'd be okay doing that to strengthen your wide receivers because I think Drake London's just going to last longer than Breece Hall in the NFL. A-Chain, Cook, and Hall are the RBs. Yeah, so I mean, it's probably a little bit subjective on how people would rank Cook and Hall. I think most people would rank Hall above Cook, but I feel like I'd be okay with that. Yeah, wide receivers last longer in Dynasty too. Yeah. More often than not, that's the case. Not everybody is Frank Gore, Derrick Henry, you know, just not everybody is that guy. There goes Calvin Austin. See, I guess I don't know. Did he go a little bit higher in this one than the last one? Guess I'm not sure at first glance. I can't really remember. This trade super blah. Trade just went through Kamara and Will Howard for Dobbins, Downs, and Sanders. Shador. I was on that. We got 30 minutes before the pay-per-view. Joker from the Browns. That's good value in the, what are we in, 25th round? I don't even think people realize that on a point per game basis, Joker was the highest for any IDP. He's only played like 6 games. That was the thing that sucked for him. Got hurt early. But he's always been highly touted. Jamie said, where's Robin Wilson going? Dude, like, feel like sometimes we may even go undrafted. I mean, it's going to change now, but he was like, you know, in the 30s. We'll see now. They just mentioned him. What the fuck? Pittsburgh signed Randall Cobb today, too. My motherfucker's still playing. Pam said Calvin Austin or Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson. All right, let's go see. Damn, Pam, this draft is going crazy. There must be like no trades going down. Tootin'. There you go. Doo. Shout out to everybody watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to throw in a super chat. Throw your boys, show your boys some love. Shit, 18 shares of Roman Wilson in 27 Dynasty Leagues. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right. You know what? Let's get I think it's time to smoke another bowl. Who's with me? Who's coming with me, man? And RIP to Mac Miller. Let's get high.
This is Mac Miller with my homie 3J. You know what I'm saying? It's 420. Pip jar, baby. Get me fucked up, high as hell right now. So much weed in my lungs. I'm really high. It's
Man.
like a fucking movie, except I can't see because I'm so high. Thank you, 3J, for this bomb-ass weed you hooked me up with. Hook the people up with more weed. Blah, 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 blah,
Bye, 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 bye. There we go.
Got some other stuff, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sound like a weed anthem right here. And if you say I make too many weed songs, I say you don't
smoke enough weed. Biatch. Oh, woo! Been this high before. Hollywood, what up, my brother?
Don't impress me. Weed gonna knock me in the next week. Weed just trying to get jet skied. My bong with ice but no Gretzky. You trying to get high with me. Travel 30,000 feet into the sky with me. Smoke till you feel like you gon' die with me. I got sour kush and all kinds of weed. Come fly with me. I can sing, I just find a key. And he know where all the finals be. So he be making all kinds of beats. And when I find my
All right. Never ever sober up. Smoke my drugs. And no, Hollywood, not watching Backlash right now. Me and Noble are gonna watch it after the show. Because, yeah, isn't it John Cena and Randy Orton in this one? Don't give me any spoilers either. But yeah, me and Noble are watching after the show. But yeah, I didn't even know Backlash was on. Noble came in and told me right as like the countdown was going on. He's like, Dad, you know Backlash is on? Like, no, I totally forgot. Wasn't even thinking about it. Was not even thinking about it.
Yo, what's up? Right now, this is Mac Miller with my homie Tree J. You know what I'm saying? It's 420, Piff Jar, baby. Get me fucked up, high as hell.
No,
Right now,
I didn't mean to
so
put it
much
on
weed
repeat.
in my lungs. I'm really high. It's
But we will do another song. How about? Sure, because even if you only watch the one pay-per-view and that's it, because I know people who like our man Phil, he doesn't really watch, he has the streaming service, but he doesn't really watch it for anything other than the UFC. And he gets to watch the pay-per-view that's like, you know, $90, you know, and then all the, even though you know, the regular what are they called, just the UFC fight nights or whatever, even though those are on ESPN, if you don't have cable, you don't have ESPN. So this shit at least has all that, you know. So even if you only watch UFC just every Saturday or whatever, like it's worth it just for that. And then everything else is icing on the cake. This is the best during football season. Baseball season also, like if you guys want to watch an out-of-market game, you get all the fucking games on this. Basketball people need basketball games. Like I know it's coming to an end, but there. And Brown said the movies alone are worth the money you pay for a year, and it's cheaper than buying the whole NFL package plus the movies, UFC, every goddamn channel known to mankind. Yeah, and even like the movies, I mean, shit, there's like 50,000 movies on there. Like there's like everything from Netflix and Amazon and fucking what are some of the other ones? HBO Max, like literally all of those are all on this one app. Right. And not to mention the corn. Yeah, definitely. That part's worth it too. Think about how much people pay for that, like on a monthly basis with all these different websites and shit out there. Can only imagine. It's all under one roof here. Rob said Red Zone. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And you can have it to where you can have you can have up to 4. I don't know if it's my Fire Stick or my internet or whatever, but whenever I try to put 4 things like on the screen, it starts buffering like crazy. But anytime I do 3 things, like at home, during NFL Sunday, I got Red Zone on one of the channels, and it's 3 on the same screen, and then I pick out 2 others that I'm playing, and then yeah, this year I think I'm just gonna up it and get 2 Fire Sticks and have just 2 TVs going, and I can have like 5 games in the Red Zone going at once. Yep, literally every channel you can imagine. Exactly. Hell yeah, literally everything. This is probably the last fight before oh shit. This is probably the last fight before the pay-per-view kicks off. Dude just got knocked the fuck out. Said the other night I had the Wolves and the Wild. Shit was dope. Hell yeah. And Rob said, Spice, you already know, bro. You already know. Everything you can think of. Damn, dude is fucked up. They had to bring the stool out in the middle of the ring because he couldn't even move. Got knocked the fuck out. And the dough. So what's the streaming service? Well, it's called Blue Steel, but you won't really find it in the app store. It's one of those ones where you have to have like a special code and then you'll be able to get it. But yeah, it's Blue Steel. It's $40 a month. And I mean, we're talking about it because we're talking about it for the UFC pay-per-view that's about to kick off in like 15 minutes. You know, for people who buy boxing pay-per-views or UFC pay-per-views, this is the shit because it costs $40 a month. and you get every single pay-per-view, from boxing to UFC to WWE and fucking every pay-per-view that comes out. Baked Bros, yeah, I've used Spice before a few times. I mean, there's so many options on there. Like, that's what's the good thing about it too. It's all tucked away there at the bottom. And if you guys have kids and you don't want the adult, because I have the adult stuff turned off on mine, because Noble, he'll use the account now and again to get, because it's got all the like the TV series and shit. So like he'll go and watch different series on there. But yeah, so that can be turned off if anybody's worried about that part. That's just a click of a button to turn it off. And the dough, I shot you a message on Sleeper. Go check Sleeper. All right, so I wonder, I mean, there's no way that they could have thought that that this fight was only going to go one round in like 1 minute. So probably no other match before the pay-per-view starts here. Yeah, that dude got knocked the fuck out. It was like a 3-piece and a biscuit, and his head was like just bouncing off of the mat. Where's this pay-per-view? Where are they at right now? It's crazy Canadian. They say he's won 8 out of the last 9 fights. It's crazy because it's hard to like make the main cards at for UFC. There's just so many damn fighters. And I mean, there's only 5 fights on the main card, so you got to be somewhere in the top 10 of like something, really. Yeah, Baked Bros, Wolves in 5 though. Yeah, man, basketball has been a little crazy this year. LeBron setting another record. What do you guys think about that? LeBron setting another record. This one for the Lakers. The Lakers have never been booted out of the first round of the playoffs going in at a number 3 seed or higher. So LeBron, you know, just the more he plays, the more records he sets. So funny. All right, let's see. Round 2 4th round running backs or a 1st round wide receiver. And so, I mean, yeah, like why? Yeah. Like why? Damn, Pam, you're back on the clock again. This is the fucking fastest fucking rookie draft ever. And no to that trade. That trade's ugly. I like Sampson, Arroyo, or Fanning there. If you don't need tight ends, I'm probably just going Sampson. I like Fanning, though, over Arroyo a little bit. Jason, what's your opinion on Malik Washington sleeper? Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, he could be like absolutely nothing, you know, but I don't know. What if Tyreek does get traded? Like, just seems like, you know, he's like next man up. Oh, you already got tight ends. Nah, I'm going Sampson then. I want to talk to Sampson. It's Scadaboo and Guarendo for Golden and Mims. See, I just hate trades. See, like I wouldn't even give an opinion on this. I just hate trades like this. Like I'm gonna win on one person, and I'm gonna lose on the other. Like, you know, it is 2 running backs for 2 wide receivers, but yeah, I mean, I'd want the Golden and Mims, but yeah. Doug said, "Neck crack. It's been a decade, man." Doug, I'm still waiting for you to super chat. That's what I'm waiting for. I'll take Golden alone for those RBs. Yeah. Yeah, because Scataboo, I mean, not talking high capital. Guarendo, we're definitely not talking high capital. All right. Let's see, Doug. One little pop. Yeah, we need someone to set the super chat trend. All right, and the UFC pay-per-view starts in like 7 minutes. We got all 12 people paid up in the single QB. All right. Gonna go lock the payments, and then we're gonna get the draft order race going, and then we're kicking this shit off. Okay, let me get a song going while I'm doing this in the background. Party time, yeah. Too busy drafting to babysit you motherfuckers anymore. Let's go, Crispy. Brown said, "How do you know Jamie from last night's stream?" He came into the YouTube chat. Like, I mean, shit, it's been like maybe 2 years ago that he's been in the YouTube chat, and it was funny. He was talking about another show that he was on, and I was like, "Man, fuck that show," and it was just funny. Like Jamie, he was just cool, and he kept coming back, and then and then I think he found me on Facebook, and then we started communicating that way. And then yeah, he's been in the best ball tourney like 2 years ago, I think 2023. He ended up winning second place and got like $1,000. So I think that was another something that strengthened our bond a little bit, because he didn't even know that he fucking won. Like he didn't he wasn't here for when we did the recap, but then he came in like a couple days later. We're like, "Jamie, there you fucking are." Like, "Dude, you won $1,000." And he's like, "What? No fucking way." Yeah, I think he did like 5 teams or something. And then and for me, I mean, that changed my entire life. Like, cause like, man, even like up until when he was born, I still was having to hustle, you know. And but yeah, once he came around, it was like all the hustling came in different ways at that point. It wasn't no illegal hustles anymore after that. That's why I'm loving it. Even today, like today's been a good day, like filling a whole bunch of leagues and stuff. Got new people for the streaming, and yeah, it's just a fun day, man. So much more fun than fucking doing a regular job, I'll tell you that much. Let's see. Whew, big time picks in here, but dude's 2026 and 2027 picks on the move, but the dude's already paid for him, so there we go. He's on it. Jamie says streams are better now without them on. So yeah, I mean, seeing the whole thing is they just, you know, we have different missions and we have different plans of what we're doing here. That's really it. Crispy said, "I'm your Huckleberry motherfucker." Crispy, you're the fucking man. What up, Crispy? All right. go. We got the draft order race. Okay. Okay. Marcus said, man, I'm glad I didn't draft Carr in any team in best ball. Yeah, I think I might have drafted him on a team in the, like, maybe in the beginning, like last month or whatever, before we heard the news. Not about the news about him retiring, but just, you know, just the news in general about him and this and the what's it called? And the shoulder. Around 2 crazy hours of hours and inconsistency, and wanted the benefits of my 7th steady job. Yeah, definitely having because that's what that's one thing that I've heard a lot is like with kids, like just having like a steady like first like 3 or 4 years, you know, that leads to a lot of comfortability, I guess, with these kids. Crispy getting an F in this draft. Ice Cube, good day. Yeah, you know what? I got one. We got that song in here somewhere. Damn, debating Samson or Arroyo. Got the 302. You might be able to get Samson later. When's your next pick? All right. Oh, every time I hear a song reminds me of Revenge of the Nerds. Nice, nice. I'm gonna remove the wrong pick. I think Arroyo could be good long term. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Sean in the house. What up, bro? Long time no see. All right. Got one bowl here to smoke. And then we're going to get to the grades. So we got Toker 1, K2, Guap, Hawk Fan, and Brown. Well, my championship, thinking about taking Hunter at the 1, round 1, pick 2. I mean, I've seen him go there before. I'm assuming it's a non-IDP league. I mean, I have him at number 2 over Hampton in my rankings, but it's really, you know, it's a lot about team need, you know, as well. Like, do you need anything? If not, take Hunter. Oh, it is IDP. Yeah, then definitely take Hunter. Yeah, definitely do that. Okay. Yeah, man. Be able to throw him in at the DB. Be able to throw him in there at the DB or the what's it called? At the DB or the IDP flex and Hunter 101 IDP leagues. Yep, definitely for me. Yeah, I mean, I've actually passed on him in a league where I needed a running back and I took Hampton. I kind of felt like bad about it after the fact. I gotta go refill my water before we do this because we got a lot of talking to do when we do the grade. So I'm gonna put a song on. I'm gonna go refill my water and I'll be back in in a couple. Okay, before draft gauge, would you give up your 102 for Bowers? I'm thinking yes, I would. Puts me in a tough spot for running backs this year, but makes my team strong for the long run. Yeah, I probably would. I mean, it just, yeah, how bad do you need Hampton? But I don't know how many people would, value Hampton higher than Bowers, but I sure as hell do. I mean, I feel like a lot of people would. I mean, in these drafts, sometimes maybe they go around the same spot because like Bowers sometimes drops to the 4th, and I've seen Hampton go in the 4th. But you look at just this. I mean, you see the picture right here. Bowers at the 311, Hampton at the 5.7. So I feel like, that's a good way to value. Dude in 72 wants to draft a kicker. What? Let's see. He said the clock hasn't started back in one of these drafts. I didn't even pause it, though. Okay. Yeah, let me go see. Yeah, what is it? Why? I just gotta go see. What the hell is this guy talking about? Fucking drafting a kicker. There we go. Josh in the house. What up? It's the we would draft the kickers in place of the 2025 rookie draft picks. I never smoked my bowl, so we're gonna smoke the bowl first. Here we go. Got my water though, so we're good. This is a fun draft. This one very different. That's what's so fun about these drafts. You never know how they're gonna go. That's why you have to do more than one. And I'm preaching to the choir to most people in here right now. But for anyone who may be watching this later or watching the grades, like you got to do more than one because you never know how these drafts will go. We see it go so much, just so different, so all over the place. Draft a kicker. Better to draft a kicker than Frank Gore. Yeah. He'd be right about that, Marco. You son of a bitch. Okay. For the Bayou, you got Kyler Murray, Geno, Spencer Rattler, and Shah. And Brown said that's why I'm addicted to these things, and every night's a mystery other than Crispy's grade for sure. Yeah, because you never know how these are gonna go. Like they're not identical. Maybe some have been similar to others, but yeah, and then you take into account like where you're drafting and how that changes it up. There's like just so many variables that like they never stop being fun. Will Levi's, Jacoby Brissett, style points. What would I give this? It's probably, I think it's going to be a B. So I can't really grade it down for the Rattler and Shah, especially when you got both of them. But yeah, I feel like I can't really grade it up to a B plus either. So yeah, we're going to call that a B. Running backs. Walker, Monty, Zamir White, and Singletary. Ugh, yuck. Ken Walker and Monty are B's though, so that's the thing here. But Zamir White and Singletary are like C minuses if I'm being nice. And they're in your starting lineup because you have 4 QBs in there. So I'm gonna I'm going to say B- due to that, but I can't really grade Walker and Monty down a crazy amount because of it. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra, Harrison. I mean, you probably wouldn't get Harrison at the 312, but I've seen him go there before. But yeah, so it's like that's one of the things that sucks being at the turn. It's like you have to make a pick knowing your 22 picks are going to go by or 23 picks before it's back to you. Josh said, I want to draft right meow. Man, you should have showed up a little bit earlier. We got a draft tomorrow, though, at 5 p.m. West Coast time. If you go sign up at patreon.com/FFHustler420 or 420 crew. Let me see. You can oh, kickers are involved in that. That's what happened. I thought I removed them. I must have not. All right. Okay. Okay. So it's $11 tomorrow, and it's exactly this exact same draft style that we're doing right now. We draft every day for this tournament that I've been hosting. This is the 5th year of the tournament. It's a super flex IDP, 10 offensive starters. 2 of them are quarterbacks, if you consider the super flex a quarterback, and then only 5 IDPs, and it's all flex, so it's super easy to fill the 5 spots. And there's 35 total rounds because it's a best ball tournament, and there is no ads and no trades, so there's super deep benches, and it goes down at 5 p.m. West Coast time, same time as this one. Okay, but yeah, literally there's a draft every single night. And you could get into as many as you want. Because last year's prize was $5,000. That was the grand prize, not all of the prizes combined. That was just the grand prize at $5,000, and then it trickled down from there. And then this year is going to be bigger. We might get. I mean, if we get to 200, we're bumping up by 25% in the amount of teams. Not familiar with best ball. Well, so best ball just means you don't have to set a starting roster. Your best players start every week. That's why it's best ball, because your best players start. So every single week you just have to check scores. That's it. And you see if you won or lost. And the season kind of like just plays itself out, and your highest scoring players out of everybody that you have start no matter what. And the app just it plugs in the players based on people, based on how people are scoring throughout the day. All right. Yeah, no waivers in best ball, no trades either. So that's why it's the deep benches. It's 35 spots instead of, like, most leagues, what would they have? Maybe like 16 spots or something like that. Maybe total. This is like double that. But yeah, it's the reason why I created this tournament, because best ball to me was always like draft practice, like low entry but high stakes. And so that's what this is. For $11, you can get your draft practice in. This is going to the gym that you're going to be learning, different values and how people are falling like all the time. And it's getting in your reps. It's getting in your reps over versus doing like mock drafts, and yeah, that $11 goes towards a huge prize at the end of the season. Okay. And he said, "Oh, that sounds sick. I'm in. What's that? 8 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time." Yep. So the weekend drafts are at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. West Coast time. And then the weekday drafts, those are at 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And just message me on Facebook, and I'll get you the links and stuff. But if you join at 420crew.com, that'll take you to Patreon. If you just scroll through, like, you'll see a post, maybe like, I don't know, 5 or 10 posts back on there where it has all the links for all the best balls. If you come to YouTube also, I can give you the link, but it won't let me post the link to Facebook in the software that I'm using right now. But come to YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler, and then I can post the link there, and you can just jump into tomorrow's. Okay, I don't even think I graded the QBs yet because I was smoking, and then we were talking. So, or actually, I did. I said a B, right? And then and then we did the running backs, and I did a B minus. I was on the wide receivers and pass catchers. That's what I was on. It's almost like a full season of what DraftKings is. I get it now. Yeah, exactly. It's just like our own tournament, and I host it, and it's like, it's way more likely that you can actually win, because like last year there were 1,700 teams in. You know, if you had 20 or 30 teams, you know, it's $200 or $300, but it could be a couple months worth of drafting, you know, and yeah, and then big prizes at the end too that are actually, you know, that you're actually able to win, not like DraftKings where you're pretty much like never winning any of those. They're like super hard to. This is not like this is easy, but there's just less people in, so that automatically I feel makes it easier. And yeah, the fights, it's round 2 right now. Round 2 in the first bout. I don't even know how to pronounce these guys' last name. I see St. Dennis. Okay, so the wide receivers: St. Brown, Marvin Harrison, Olave, Andrews, because we're talking pass catchers also. It's either a B or a B plus, and man, I kind of feel like I'm gonna give it a B. So anytime I'm on the fence, I'm just gonna take the lower grade. So we'll go B, and I'm gonna have some guys join later in the season. I finally got some committed. Nice. Yeah, and I mean, as time goes on, more people are gonna want to start doing this. So I mean, it's only as degenerates that are doing it in March and April, right? Like now, a lot of the more, you know, like, I mean, more casual to us, you know, where, you know, guys who aren't paying attention until like the NFL draft or whatever, you know, even though they're still way ahead of the super casuals. So let's see here. So yeah, we're saying B there, and then we're doing IDP. Quincy Williams, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, Josh Hines Allen, Hendrickson, Edmonds, Tremaine Edmonds, Xavier McKinney. X gon' give it to you. What? Neil, Gibson, Dortch, Ayoman, Elijah, I want to score more. Armstrong. Hey, you got Armstrong. There you go, man. I was trying to get someone to draft him super early last time. It didn't work. Andrew Armstrong and Zay Jones and Matavo. I forget how to pronounce it. Matavo. Yeah, Jamie said I only had 5 teams last year and I want my money back. Hell yeah. There you go. And wait, I was reading IDP and then I just started reading everything. I'm so fucking high right now. So after Xavier McKinney, it was Alontae Taylor, and then Fitzpatrick, and then Granderson, and then Jordan Hicks all the way at the end. So how many is that? I like to get 10. And if someone has like way less than 10, you know, sometimes I grade that a little tougher. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spots there. And the top 5 are Quincy Williams through Hendrickson. I'm going to give it a B plus. I mean, you spend a lot of team picks there, and I mean, you're picking at least the top end D lineman, and I mean, best ball is the perfect place to get a bunch of them for sure. Bench: Christian Kirk, Keon Coleman, Neil, Gibson, Dortch, Aoman, Elijah, I want to score more. Andrew Armstrong, Zay Jones, Matavo. I'm going to call that a C+ for the bench. So all in all, what does this end up being? So it was a B for the QBs. It was a B minus. No, was it B minus? Yeah, B minus for the running backs. B for the wide receivers. B+ for the IDP, and C+ for the bench. Let's see how this all shapes out. So it's the IDP that's bringing it up. QBs and wide receivers kind of just maintaining the average, and then it's the running backs and the bench that are bringing the average down a little bit. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be a B, and it's going to be an overall 84. So just right below that 85, middle of the road B. All right, 1 second, guys. Someone's asking for the link for tomorrow's best ball. Tomorrow's division is Beverly Hills Ninja. There we go. All right. So who was next after Toker 1? K2 and then Guap. Where's K2? Is that number 3? He didn't take Barkley tonight. Yeah, man, I was pissed in yesterday's draft. He took Barkley all early. Probably wouldn't have fell to me, but all right. Starting off with the QBs, Purdy, Fields, Sam Darnold, Danny Pesos, Tyrod Taylor, and Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. And Jamie said we got the ninja themes going the last few drafts. Yeah, so this was from 2 years ago when we got up to, I think, 73 or 74 divisions, and like I just threw in all the ninja ones like at the end, like right there. We're getting all the fight, and we were just ready to go. Mortal Kombat's right after that. Hold on, where is that? Okay, running back. Or actually, I didn't even give the grade. So Purdy, Fields, and Darnold. I'll give that a B. Darnold's a B to me, and I feel like Fields and Darnold are like B minuses, but we're gonna because of Purdy, we're gonna bring that up to a B, and because you got a couple of the backups there, so you get some style points as well. Hold on 1 sec. All right. Oh man, what the hell is going on? Hold on 1 second, everybody. Something's going on in one of these drafts here. All right. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just telling everyone, bring me up to speed with what the fuck is going on right now. Okay, here we go. So the RBs, we got JT, Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, Najee. I think it's not that complicated to draft, I know, right? I can't give it an A, but it's definitely a B plus. It's too good not to be. Wide receivers: Chase and Kittle, Jennings, and Shakir. Man, it fell off so far. I mean, after Chase. I mean, Kittle definitely brings the average up. He's like a B plus, and to me, so even getting him late is he's still keeping the average super high. But yeah, Jennings and Shakir definitely bring the average down. I think I'm gonna give it a. I mean, if Kittle's, and you know what, maybe Kittle is a B, not a B plus. Cause it's either a B plus or a B, and since I'm on the fence, we're gonna grade it down to a B. IDP, Roquan, Sherwood, Levante David, EJ Speed, Jermaine Pratt, solid top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then Joker from the Browns, that was good value. I brought that up during the draft. Blankenship, Zach Allen. Why the hell is Zach Allen keep going higher and higher? And Tavai, Quentin Lake, Adebo, Lufau, Nolan Smith. Nice. I mean, yeah, really solid all the way through the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Hold on. It's people are talking about how there's no tight end spot. Okay. So, I mean, you have so many. I'm just trying to. I mean, I can't give it an A. It's pretty damn close to it, but yeah, we're gonna do a B plus for that. But really solid all the way through, and got a lot of good pieces at the top as well. Now the bench. Hollywood Brown. Sing about Hollywood. Palmer, Eckler, Likely, Ertz, Roshan Johnson. What's Taylor's first name? Mason Taylor. There you go. Mason Taylor, K. Dotton. That's it. I'm gonna give it a B minus. And how does this all shape out? So it was a B for the QBs. It was a B plus for the running backs. It was a B for the wide receivers. It was a B plus for the IDP, and then a B minus for the bench. I wasn't feeling my depth on those IDPs. Went a little wild. Yeah. Zach Allen was always one of my last 4 picks. I know. Can't be that way now if he's going to start going, because, I mean, shit, I was going to pick him in the 31st round in one of these last drafts, and someone picked him in the 30th round. I was like, what the fuck? Didn't even see him go. And Guap said, with these grades, I'm getting a D for sure. We'll see. You're next. You're next. So, so what's bringing the average up? So the running backs and the IDP are bringing the average up. Wide receivers and the QBs kind of maintaining the average with the B, and then the bench is a B minus. Yeah, this was a good draft here. This is going to be on the north side of 85. And yeah, I think that this one's going to be an 86 overall. The next fight just started in with the pay-per-view. All right. Where is Guap? All right, Guap's turn. Let's see, because today you actually drafted the whole draft. So Goff and JJ. Oh, hey, you got Flacco later. Nice. He might start. Probably will, right? Mainly, this is going to get graded off of the top two, though. And to me, Goff's like a B, and JJ's like a C plus. So we'll call that a B minus on the QBs. Okay, do I have half the players I got last night? Think I was at the 4 spot. Okay, yeah, see. That's a way that you can get similar guys if you have the I focus you asked about the tight end spot in a second year of the league. Well, you just got there was a bunch of orphans, so you know, let's might be an orphan team. Who knows? Who knows? Running backs: Bijan, Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, DeAndre Swift, and that's it. Sharps would be on the bench, and K2 said, "I feel like I'm way behind picking. Feel like I'm way behind picking from the front five." Okay, why is that? And like what rounds? I mean, Bijan's an A, Mixon's like a B or a B. Yeah, probably like a B. Hubbard's like a B minus. Swift's like a C plus to me. So these guys are kind of all over the place, but I think it's going to level out here to like a B plus. Because like most of it's going to be graded off of the top two. So yeah, we're going to call that a B plus. Wide receivers, CD Lamb, DJ, I want to score more. Damn, Chris Godwin at the 9-9. He's been going later and later. Is it because of Tez? Why he's going later? And then Ingram as well. So that's a good pick for your pass catchers late. It's either a B, it's either a B plus or a B. And anytime I'm on the fence, I always grade it down. So we'll grade it down to a B. And then IDPs, let's see. TJ Watt, TJ Edwards got the TJs back to back. Solid. Caden Ellis, very nice. Dallas Turner. I probably would have went in a different direction. Peyton Wilson, you could probably get him a little bit later. That's not a bad pick, but you can probably get him a little bit later. I would have much rather had like an Alex Anelzone who went like, I don't know, was that like 5 picks after? Drew Tranquil. I kind of don't like him. You're gonna learn, Guap. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, Drew Tranquil. I don't like him too much. Khalil return to the MAC. Not too shabby. Harold Landry, not too shabby. Byron Young, solid. Henry H2O, not a fan. You could probably get him later though. And then Will McDonald. This could be his breakout year. We'll see. So you started off nice, but then it kind of fell off a little bit. This is still, I mean, still the amount of guys that you have. It's not like you drafted horrible guys. There's just better players that you could have. I know. And Guap said, I told you his IDPs. I just don't know. And that's why I'm like explaining it a little bit more. And I'm kind of giving you my thoughts on guys who are like decent, who I like on your squad, and then guys who I would just like avoid. So just make sure you're taking notes because I know you're going to do more of these. But like Drew Tranquil, for example, amongst the guys who went later, I would have rather had Joker from the Browns. That's Jeremiah Owosu something. Cody Barton would have rather had him. Would have rather had Kirby Joseph. Rosenboom, Yeah, and if you ever want to see some past ones, you can go see ones that I'm drafting in. I'm usually on point with my IDPs. Brown said Crispy Startup League and dumbass questions. No, it's in the second league. Drafted a ton of Tranquil last year. Didn't know anything about IDP. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Yeah. And he's, with every year, he gets a little older and wiser. So this is still gonna label it a B minus though. I mean, you still have enough good players to where it's not in the C range for me. Because you really just got to have 5 starters. And bench, Charbonnet, Pearsall, Lockett, Corum, Shaheed, Thielen, Pat Bryant, Miles Sanders. Is it Jalen Noel? Pierce, and Deontay Johnson in the 35th. That guy's a bum. He's a bum.
He's a bum. No. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Let's see. So what does this end up being? I mean, Charbonnet and Pearsall, I mean, he started off nice for sure. I mean, really, just because of those guys, I would bring it up to probably a B minus. So we'll call that a B minus. And so let's see how this shaped out. So it was a B minus for the QBs. It was a B plus for the running backs. It was a B for the wide receiver pass catchers. B minus for the IDP, and then B minus for the bench. So let's see how this shaped out. Yeah, it was the running backs that were bringing it up the highest, and then the wide receivers kind of maintained the average, but then everything else was a B minus. So yeah, it's probably going to be like a low B, high B minus. Like I feel like there's like an 82 or an 83, like overall, and just to grade it a little tougher, maybe we'll say it's an 82 tonight. And but yeah, at least you drafted the whole thing, and just as time goes on, you'll understand IDP a little bit better. And for those who don't understand IDP that much, just make sure you get signed up as a paid member on Patreon. I'm going to be dropping my IDP overall rankings here very soon. I always drop everything in Patreon first, because like it's literally all typed out. Like even before I do my videos, I type out all the rankings and shit like that. So like you'll get the rankings first before these videos and everything even come out, because the videos, it still takes me time to record the content. It takes me time to add the graphics and stuff to the content. Because yeah, when I do, it's going to be a top 25 is what I'm going to do first for the IDP rankings. And then eventually I'll do individual position rankings. And then you can start the players. You can easily grab them in a fast draft. Yeah, definitely. And just follow the channel. That'll help anything. And just listening to the grades and clicking on players he talks about them. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. And Guap, he's a paid Patreon member now, so he'll be up on everything real soon with the IDP. I was wondering that Crispy when he said that in the chat. I'm so glad I was far away from Crispy. There we go. And I was taking Hunt next. The Crispy grabbed him one before. There we go. Who is next? Jason Hawkfan. Where is Hawkfan? There we go. Okay. QBs. Burrow, Love, Bryce Young, Aiden O'Connell, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur should be picked in like the 30s. Like he shouldn't even be picked that high. Fifth, he's like fifth on the depth chart right now. I mean, Burrow's an A to me. Love is like a B. Bryce Young's like a C plus. Yeah, and mostly it's going to get graded off of Burrow and Love. So we're going to call this a B plus. Running backs, man, you pushed that off and then went Hampton, Javonte, Caleb and Scatabo. Man, that's ugly. Because I still like, even to me right now, Hampton's still a C plus like guy. You know, like I grade them at like, you know, just what where I think they are right now, not necessarily the potential of where they will be. Kind of just based off their value right now. And I think it's just going to be a C plus for your running backs. Wide receivers, Neighbors and Brian Thomas. That's dope. Tet, Warren. Probably didn't need to pick Warren that high. And no, Agbuka would not be in the mix. So and mostly this is getting graded, you know, more heavily on Neighbors and Thomas than anything. And so they're bringing that average up. I mean, they're both B plus players to me. Brian Thomas, like maybe he's like a B player if we want to nitpick, but you know, I feel like he's earned his B plus status from what he did last year. But like Tet and Warren, like a C plus guy to me. Tet's like a C plus guy to me right now also. But I can't label it lower than a B, so we're gonna call it a B. Marco says should be undrafted. Someone just got rocked. TJ just snagged Taysom in the 34th. Man, see, look at that. Super late. Okay. IDP. Foyo Lacoon. Patrick Queen. She's a killer queen. Wagner, Luvu, Lloyd. I mean, that's a fire top 5. Daniil Hunter, Witherspoon, Thibodeau, Patrick Surtain, Devin White, Ebikete, Reddick, and Colson. How many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got 13. You got a shitload. Yeah, and I feel like the more guys you have, they kind of like they'll water it down a little bit too. Yeah, I can't give it an A, but it's definitely a B plus. Definitely a B plus. Young Pappy in that new in the new league. Uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, did I? Oh, did I not? Hold on. All right, sorry, Hawk fan. I'm going to set this. I'm gonna set the draft up right now. I totally forgot that I said I got this one confused with the other one because the 16 Superflex that was going off. SP Fire Guy. All right, I'm gonna set this and then we're gonna start the draft over here. Almost there. Okay. All right, let's start the draft. Hawk fans actually on the clock over there. Okay. All right, now. So I said B plus on the IDP, and where's the bench kick in at? Egbuka, Bigsby, you're my boy Blue, Royals, James, Wright, Hunter, Washington, Whittington. That's it. Let's see. I mean, you went like so many IDP there that you kind of skipped over a lot of like bench guys who might have like brought up your average on the bench. I kind of think I'm gonna have to give this one a C plus for the bench. So how did this all weigh out? So we said B plus for the QB, C plus for the running back, B for the wide receivers, and C plus for the bench. So IDP and QBs kind of bringing the average up. Wide receivers kind of maintaining the average, and then running backs on the bench bringing it down. And bringing it down with those C pluses. Let's see. Yeah, the running backs, that makes a difference. The bench, it's not that it doesn't make a difference, but the starting running backs are going to get weighed a little heavier. Yeah, I feel like this one is going to be in the 85 range here, just right smack in the middle. Yeah, 85 overall. Let's go. And TJ, I forgot to ask, where was it that you got him in the 34th round, Taysom? All right, now Brown, and then anybody else wants a grade, let me know. It's Brown next, and then whoever else shouts it out. Okay. All right, Crispy, you'll be after. All right, hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Zach, you want a grade tonight? You can be after Crispy. Here we go. So for Brown, Daniels, T-Law, Dart. Zach said grade is shitty team. All right, you'll be after Crispy. Winston also. And most is going to be off of the top. Okay. I'm going to say, I mean, to me, Daniels is still like a B plus guy. T-Law is like a B guy. So I think because you don't have a third, or at least like a third starter, we'll grade it down to a B. Running back, CMC, Hendo, Harvey. It's kind of ugly, man. It's kind of ugly. I'm gonna say a B minus for that. And then, but here we go. Pass catchers: Bowers, Hunter, McBride, Debo, Judy. I mean, Bowers and McBride are like B plus guys to me. Hunter's like a B minus guy though, and then Debo and Judy. I mean, Judy's probably a B. Maybe Debo's like a B minus. We'll call it a B. We'll call it a B. And IDB. Quay Walker, Yvonne Pace, Schwessinger, Kaiser White, Highsmith, Kirby Joseph, Jihad Campbell, Stingley, Cooper DeJean, Karloftis, and Chauncey Gardner. Browns at McBride and Bowers B plus. Let me smoke some of that shit. What is that? That's too good or that's not good enough? What is that? Because I guess I'm gonna have to smoke now. Because the tight end premium, man. So where the hell was I with the IDP? Let me see. Who's the top 5? Quay Walker, Pace, Schlesinger, White, and Highsmith. I mean, really, it's only Quay Walker. I mean, maybe Pace, like bringing up the average for those starters there. Joseph Jihad. Yeah, the bench is good. I'm gonna call it a B for the IDP. And then where's the bench kicking at? Golden, Tootin, Kraft, Beck, going wild on the rooks. Taysom Hill, Guarendo, Hopkins, Sampson. I want to talk to Sampson. Ferguson. And Giddens. Okay. Dang it. Hold on. All right. Top 3 tight ends from last year. They're A plus. I mean, see, if there was a tight end spot, they'd probably be an A plus. But amongst they're amongst the flexes. Like that's what it is. They're amongst the flexes. Because yeah, like I mean, I don't even call any player an A plus. Like 0 players. Where the hell? What the hell did I say for the bench? Sorry, getting messages at the same time distracting me. I'll go B minus. You got enough players to where that's got to be better than a C plus, or better than a C. So let's see. Jamar's an A, JJ's an A. So really there's only like a couple players like per position that are an A. And those are just like the S tier guys. And this is all subjective. This is me just getting high and coming up with my own ranking system and stuff too. But you know, I try, but based on like the scoring and everything, you know, taken into account. So let's see. So it was a B plus, or no, it was a B for the QBs. It was B minus for the RBs. It was a B for the pass catchers, a B for the IDP, and a B minus for the bench. So QB's bringing the average up. pass catchers and wide receivers. They're maintaining it. And then it's the running backs and the bench bringing it down. But how much do they actually bring it down? And yeah, yeah, like this one is, I feel like it's an 84, just barely south of the, I mean, everything like it, everything's kind of going off of like the 85 being like the middle of the B's, because most of these, like, everyone knows what the fuck they're doing. So like everybody has good teams. It's just like the level of good. And but yeah, so it's like an 84 overall. Yeah, exactly. When it's a big chunk of rookies, it always is hard to grade because I'm not great. Like Jamie, like it was funny. I don't know who said it yesterday. They were like, I love Jamie. He goes crazy for the rookies. Like, and like, I'm trying to be more realistic with the rookies. And so who's an A at the RB? So to me, an A at the RB is Gibbs, Bijan, Barkley, and Henry. Those are the only A guys. So was that 4? Yeah. Then we got a handful of B plus guys, and then you got a bunch of B's, and then like a lot of the rookies are like, I mean, because really even Genty, he's like a B minus, like C plus guy to me. Like, I mean, kind of just almost have to put him as a B minus, but it's really because of the Raiders. Saquon and only Saquon. I mean, Saquon is definitely the guy that I have the highest out of all of them. Brown said true, and then you see McConkey go right after him, so it makes me wonder. Yeah. Where'd McConkey go? Where the hell did Ladd go? Dude, what the fuck? Ladd fell to the 6th? What? I don't know how the fuck you let guys that crispy get away with that, but we're going to grade this. We're going to grade crispy now. Okay. Bowl before crispy. Dimes went back to a second this draft. Crazy, yeah. Thing is, a lot of these rookie running backs will be great in the NFL, but they will do that. Won't do that much in their first year. Yeah, and see, a lot of it is like, the rookies having the second half, breakout. Like even the running backs. Like, I don't know, there's not that many running backs that hit the ground running just insanely crazy with 20-point games like right out of the gate. Like, it's just not something that happens. TJ going out there and trading and getting Taysom Hill for Mark Andrews. There we go. Who would you guys rather have, Taysom Hill or Mark Andrews? Okay. And here we go. And Crispy getting Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. Insane. I mean, it's not that we haven't seen that, but he got Barkley at the 110. We don't see Barkley drop that far that often. And yeah, I should have smoked the bowl first because that's where I fucked up. QBs, that's where we're going off of first. And Knicks and Mayfield. Might have jumped a little bit for Knicks and Mayfield, but I like it. I mean, both those guys are still like B. Like Mayfield, like maybe on a good day, like maybe I'll think of him as a B plus, but I still think of him as it's a B plus B, and I always kind of just like grade lower if I'm on the fringe. And then Penix to me is still like C or a C plus, and Ward's like a C. But I really can't grade down Knicks and Mayfield that much. Like, I think I'm just gonna, especially since they're the starters, I think we're just gonna call that a B. But actually, let me see. Did Crispy go get all of his handcuffs like he usually does? Stidham, Leonard, and Trash. I wonder is Trash actually the Trask? He's Trash. I wonder if he's actually the backup. But even because of that, getting all the backups. Like anytime you get all the backups, I usually grade it up. One level up. So we'll call that a B plus for the QBs, and then the RBs, Saquon and Derrick Henry, and then Brian Robinson.
Caught a bullet in his rubber goose. He caught a bullet in his rubber goose. You can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose.
We're just gonna call that a name. Wide receivers, though, kind of the opposite. Higgins, McConkey, Harris. I mean, it's crazy that you got McConkey right there. I mean, to me, Ladd's still like a B. Higgins, kind of like a B. And Harris, I mean, I think of him as a C plus like type of guy. So really, because you have no one else besides that, we're gonna call it a B minus. IDP, Zach Bond, Jordan Brooks, nice. Benito, Demario Davis, Nick Cross. Where's your top 5? Bond, Brooks, Benito, Davis, Nick Cross. That's the top 5, okay. And then got in the zone.
Get in the zone.
The anal zone. And Grenard, Rosenboom, Jalen Thompson, and that's it. So that means you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9. I'm going to call this. We're going to call this a B plus for the IDP. That's a real question, though. Getting all the backups, personal preference, but it doesn't seem good to me, I guess, in my head if you're drafting QB early. Like you got solid Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, do you? Well, I mean, we've seen, I mean, it could be a waste, totally. But, like, I mean, we've seen guys go down in the middle of the season, miss a game or two here or there. And, like, you know, it's insurance, you know, like that's really what it is. And so really need all the backups, or would it be better to throw darts at IDP? Well, I mean, see with him, I mean, he got 9 IDPs. That's not bad. I mean, I feel like that's the minimum that everybody should get. But I know like you were someone who got screwed with IDPs. So I know you're in the mindset to pick more. But I really think like between 9 and 12 is kind of like a sweet spot. Year before third string was starting a lot. Yeah, I mean, see, and I think like that's still in a lot of people's heads where like literally all these backups are making such a huge difference in the tournament because so many damn QBs got hurt. And if like this was a regular, you know, season or regular non-best ball, we'd be picking up all these guys if they did get hurt, you know, more than likely. That's why we got the extra spots now to be able to do things like that. Bench, Braylon Allen, Mostert, Hunt, Bateman, Coker, treating your nose over there, Shipley, Cooks, Gesicki, MVS, Noah Fant, Mike Williams, Slayton. So yeah, I just feel like you cover one of your QBs, you're good. But how much is a backup QB gonna outscore a starting running back, assuming we draft 3 starters? Well, yeah, but like, you know, it's just anything could happen. Like you would hope it never comes down to that, but depends on injuries, depends on bye weeks. Cause like once we get to bye weeks, like shit's crazy for like, I mean, how many weeks? Like week 4 through week 14 or something? Like, I mean, shit, we got 10 weeks worth of like craziness because of bye weeks. We was thinking we was winning with Mullins. I mean, yeah, it was ugly, right? But it happened. I'm gonna put this at a B minus for the bench. So let's see. It was a B minus for the QBs. It was an A for the RBs. It was a B minus for the pass catchers. a B plus for the IDP, and B minus for the bench. So for Crispy, we know that's a big fat F. 55! Big fat F, a 55 burger for Crispy. All right, where's 710 Zach? He's going to be the last one. Zach, what the fuck did you do with Anthony Richardson in the second round? You fucked up there bad. I got to smoke a bowl. It's so bad that I got to smoke a bowl for that. Because first off, I tell everybody that they shouldn't even draft Anthony Richardson, for one. And then for two, if you're going to draft him, you got to draft him later. And you got to draft Danny Pesos as well. You got to get both of them because Anthony Richardson's track record is he's not going to be there when it counts for you. So, all right, you fucked up there for sure. It's like that's grading you down a little bit. But it's still Mahomes and Tua. So even if I gave you a stoner pass with that, and we'll call Tua your starter and Anthony Richardson your bench guy. Pickett, Milrow. No real style points because you didn't get anybody who you have. So if I was grading this off of Mahomes and Tua being the starters and Richardson being the third guy, I'd probably say that this was a B, but because of Richardson. To me, Richardson's a D, a D plus, D plus for don't draft this motherfucker. So I'll bring it down to a B minus because of him. And running backs, man, what happened to your running backs, bro? You took Pacheco, and then Stevenson's your second, and then Rashad White's your third. That's bad. Because to me, Pacheco's a B minus. And Brown said Richardson, good value in the second. Pacheco's a B minus. Stevenson's a C plus now guy to me. Rashad White's a C guy. So we'll call it a C plus for the running backs. And then, your phone died. Okay. I didn't see what happened. Well, either way, just got to take your medicine sometimes. Just going to smoke about it. That's it. And then wide receivers, Brown, Garrett Wilson, Kelsey, Ayuk, Pittman. It's not too shabby. And I mean, AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson being at the top. Not too bad. K2 said I actually took the starting QB midseason with the pick. Yeah, see, exactly. And so what would we call this? I mean, to me, AJ Brown's a B plus guy. Garrett Wilson's he's probably a B minus guy, but I feel like he has potential for more than that with Fields. Kelsey's a B minus, maybe a B in tight end premium. Ayuk's a B minus. Pittman's a C plus for me. Yeah, I feel like this is I'll give that a B for the wide receivers. She got some quantity to add a little bit with the quality. IDP, Spillane, Singleton, Tyrese Knight, Van Ginkel, Winfield. Damn, it's crazy how guys like Winfield go so late when he's so fucking good. But I guess he did get hurt last year. And I didn't even see Crosby, thinking that's a tight end. So Crosby, Spillane, Singleton, Tyrese Knight, and Van Ginks. That's the top five. And then Winfield, McFadden. That's solid, crazy solid for the bench. And then Connor, Dorian Williams, Sauce Gardner. Probably didn't need to draft Sauce. And then Pittry and Kobe Bryant. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta call this a B plus. I mean, I like a lot of your pieces. Only a few pieces that I probably would have went in a different direction. And Brown said, I feel like Wilson will get 12 targets a game. It'll feel like Neighbors last year. I mean, that'd be dope. Like, I just like with Fields, like, is he gonna lock onto him like that? He should, but there's a lot of things that Fields should have done throughout his career so far that he hasn't. So that's why Garrett Wilson kind of is like a B- like guy to me right now. And I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he does better than that. Bench, right? Let me see, where's bench kicking at? Mason, Mims, Mooney, McLaughlin. Oh, there goes Roman Wilson in the 23rd. Hunter Henry. Corley, Rondell Moore. Rondell, I want to score, boy. Felton. And then Dyke. Got to stick your finger in a Dyke. Let's see. I'll say a B- for that. So what did this end up being? So it was a B- for the QB, C+ for the running backs, B for the wide receiver, B+ for the IDP, and B- for the bench. So what would that end up being here? What would that end up being? Because really it's the IDP that's like bringing up the average, and the wide receiver is kind of maintaining it. And then the quarterbacks, the running backs, and the bench all bringing it down. Yeah, so we're gonna call this we're gonna call this one a B- right here, and it's gonna be an 80. So still better than the C, but it's right on the cusp. And makes sense that your phone died, because I'm sure there's some guys that you would have got in different positions. And Anthony Richardson fucked it up, man. Like that's one of the things that kind of brought the averages down there for sure. But more to come. Woo. AR Ken Murray, Deontay Johnson, Alex's must draft guys. Yeah, you don't want to miss out. Don't want to miss out on guys like that. And here we go. We'll zoom out so the whole thing's there. And so I feel like Wilson was still. Oh yeah, we already said that. All right. Appreciate you guys rocking. Tomorrow's draft. Don't forget to jump in. I'll throw it in the chat right now just in case anybody wants to get a jump start. It is the Beverly Hills Ninja Division. RIP to our man Chris Farley. And it's a 5 p.m. West Coast start time. And here's the link. There we go. All right. Don't forget to stay through the credits, guys. Appreciate you, everyone who was in the draft, everyone who was rocking in the chat. And here we go. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, you want to get more advice, you want to get into more leagues, 420crew.com is the place to be. And yeah, getting trade advice, getting draft advice. Make sure you get on the superstar tier or higher. The all access tier is really the tier that you want to be on, that or the very, very top dog. You'll see it on there. But yeah, jump in, get your advice. Oh, happy Mother's Day. Yes, sir. It's tomorrow. There we go. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the